Dolla was facing up to 15 years in prison for a drug charge he caught in Georgia, that in the Atlanta area, September 5th of last year. He was facing charges with felony cocaine possession, felony possession of a Schedule I controlled substance, and a misdemeanor for marijuana possession. If he was convicted, he was facing up to 15 years in prison. He must have had that bad because his lawyer got him a hell of a deal. If he can keep his nose clean and pass random drug tests, he can go scot-free for 13 weeks. He got to be clean. So let's talk about it. We back. Goodfella Sports TV. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And according to TMZ, prosecutor would drop the drug case if he's clean for 13 weeks. And it says Dolla scored a huge win in the Georgia drug possession case. His record will be wiped clean if he keeps his nose clean for the next few months. According to court docs obtained by TMZ, Atlanta prosecutor struck a deal last week with the rapper. He'll enter an online drug prevention program and lay off the weed and RX drugs. Then all charges, 2 felonies and a misdemeanor will vanish. Georgia calls it a second chance program, and we're told it typically lasts 13 weeks. And Ty will also be subject to random drug tests. He said, if you recall, an Atlanta grand jury indicted Ty, and after the cops busted him back in September, allegedly finding pot and cocaine in his bag. Sources connected to the case tell us the deal was struck after Ty attorney Steve Sado, hopefully I said his name right, met with prosecutors to point. So if you don't remember, basically, I don't know if he was touring, but they all was in like in a truck or a tour van or whatever it was. And they stretched everybody out, and they was asking who drugs it was. And Dolla admitted it was his drugs out of all the entourage he was with. Usually, in most entourages, they got a fall guy, you know what I'm saying? And a guy that, take the fall to take the drugs, and then you get paid off. Just like Biggie when him and this guy got caught with the gun and they dropped it, and the police was going, take them both to jail, and this guy took a rap and he got out, and Big, broke him off for some money. But Dolla was a real one, and that's what happened when you don't be a rat, you don't be a snitch, or you don't be one of them fake dudes. I remember my cousin, he was riding one of his best friends as a teenager, and I guess he threw a whole sack of weed in his pocket as the police walked right up to the car, and he got in trouble for it. He knew his family had money to beat the case, but that was some hoe shit, you know what I'm saying? And shit ain't really been the same. I'm surprised he ain't plug him, but, I guess he still has some type of, love, that love for him. I guess, they family's always cool and shit. But, I didn't learn about that till later on, and I was wondering why they friendship had broke up. But you got busted shit going on like that all the time, man. And Dolla took the rap, and guess what? The trap guys blessed him. God blessed him in general with, beating the case. If he could stay clean, if I was him, what I would do is if I knew I had a problem with drugs and with weed, and weed is addictive. People don't want to admit it, but weed is very addictive. Maybe the tobacco wrapping, whatever you want to say, smoking weed is very addictive. And a lot of weed smokers say, I can stop, but they never can stop. They can't stop for a job. They can't stop for their kids. They can't stop for money. And if I knew I had a problem, if I was him, and it's hard for people to admit they got a problem, even if it was with controlled substance like cocaine or if it was weed, I would just enter a rehab, for the next few months, do my own online courses from rehab, and, and that's what I would do. So I ensure that I won't go to jail, because they can pop up and do random drug tests on him. And it's funny that Georgia will have a second chance program, because down south, usually they not lenient on drug charges. You know what I'm saying? When I stayed down in Alabama, Florida, they used to serve dudes weed in the napkin, because if you had it in the bag, it come with a ton of distribution charges and a whole bunch of BS like that. So Georgia treat weed like crack cocaine, and crack cocaine is treated like crack cocaine. You know what I'm saying? So he was fortunate enough, but that's what money can do. If this was a regular Joe Smo, he'd be going to jail. They couldn't afford a lawyer. They had a court-appointed attorney. They would have swapped him out. He'd have been doing the majority of that 15 years. You know what I'm saying? His plea deal probably would have been, 14 years or something like that. But that's what happened when you got bread, you got money, you can beat the case. So salute to him. Hopefully, he complete the 13-week drug prevention program. He can move on with his life, and don't don't go around in Atlanta with no drugs. Nowhere in the South with no drugs. But hey, shout out to Ty Dolla $ign. It's your boy CJ Goodfellas. Blessings to everybody out there. Make sure y'all check us out on social media, man. We on Facebook, we on Twitter, we on Instagram. I've got a Facebook group. You can reach out to the email if you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or you got a video request. You just want to chop it up. I do rebuttal. I do respond. All that good stuff. Don't forget to check out our podcast. Check out our new live show, Hip Hop 101. I'm in the process of loading that up to the podcast. Got some technical difficulties. We got 4 episodes already on YouTube. Tap the playlist out. I'm going to add the other Hip Hop 101 when after I upload this video. Check out our music entertainment playlist, NBA, NFL, boxing, MMA. We talk everything. We're a jack of all trades. If you want to make a donation to the channel, that link's